What? There's no pump. Alright, so today we have another Foundation Friday video, every single Friday on my channel, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Today we're testing out another new release. There have been tons of new foundation launches lately. I'm just trying to power through them. This is the new Lorac Pro Soft Focus Longwear Foundation. You can find this on Ulta. Retails for $38. You get 1 fluid ounce of product, and it comes in 25 shades. I have the 2 lightest shades, which are 1 and 2. And just some info on this guy. It says it's a long-wearing soft matte foundation with buildable medium to full coverage. Has a soft focus finish, silk-like texture, lightweight feel. Spherical powders deliver an excellent slip and keep skin shine-free, water-resistant. Suitable for all skin types. Okay, so Lorac hasn't launched a new foundation in a while, I feel like, but one of my old favorite foundations was a Lorac one. I think it's actually on my desk. It was this one, the Natural Performance Foundation. I don't think they make this anymore, but this was so nice. But I'm going to be swatching the 2 lightest shades for you, 01 and 02. So here are some swatches. You can see how they compare to each other and next to some of my other foundations. Okay, so swatches. Right here is the Lorac Pro Foundation in the lightest shade 1. Next over is the same foundation in the shade 2. And then here's another Lorac foundation. This is the Natural Performance Foundation in the shade NP1. Here's the Kokie Full Coverage Matte Foundation in 10C. This is a really good shade match for me. And here's the L'Oreal Fresh Wear Foundation in 410. If you're excited for this video and you enjoy Foundation Fridays, you can give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. I do really appreciate it. Like anytime you guys thumbs up a video, comment, anything, it does help me out. So it takes literally 0.2 seconds. You can thumbs up a video and it really does help out my channel, so I appreciate it. But let's get into putting foundation on my face. Okay, so it's 8:55 in the morning when we are starting this one. Let's see what the shade 1 looks like. I haven't done swatches yet. Ooh, I like the packaging a lot. Very sleek looking. Not sure which video will be up first, but I did test their new glass skin primer in an upcoming first impressions video, but I just love their new packaging they have going on. This feels very light. Also very tiny. How much is it? Has it fluid ounce? I'm gonna shake this up. Where's the... What? There's no pump. Did that just fly out? Let's see the shade 2. My top is just missing on this one. So I guess I'm gonna take the little pump off of shade 2 if I can. We are off to a superb start here. So I'm gonna start off with shade 1. Might be shade 2. We'll see. Oh. Probably gonna be shade 2. Whoa! What the heck? A little bit goes a super long way. Holy moly, so I'm just gonna bring this across before it dries down. It feels like it's drying pretty quickly. I guess I'm gonna be wearing shade 1 today. You need the tiniest bit of this foundation. It goes a super long way, and it definitely is looking like more coverage than I was picturing. It says medium to buildable full coverage, but I mean, with that small amount, I feel like I got full coverage on that side of my face. This shade matches my neck, I think, but I feel like once it's all over my face, it might look a little bit ghostly, so I'll probably just have to warm up my face a ton with bronzer. Since I already have basically over half my face covered, I'm just going to stick with shade 1 and hope that we can kind of warm it up. But maybe I'd be closer to shade 2 or like a mix of the two. Oh my god, you really need the tiniest bit. I keep getting too much. What am I doing? Totally forgetting to use a sponge. Seems to be looking a little bit patchy with the sponge. I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Maybe it's just kind of picking it up. Because this one is kind of on the drier side, like it doesn't feel very moisturizing going on at all. Oh yeah, sponge is not the way to go with this one. It's getting like patchy looking and it just doesn't quite blend out the same. So I would say brush for sure. My skin feels kind of dry here down. Looks a bit more matte than I was picturing, but I would say it looks like satin matte finish. It looks satin matte on my forehead. It might be darkening a little bit actually. It's definitely looking like I have makeup on. I can see this one on my skin. It's looking a bit makeup-y. I don't think this looks very soft focus at all. It doesn't look bad, but it definitely doesn't look like a blurring like soft focus matte foundation. When I hear those things, I think of the Lawless Woke Up Like This foundation. That is like a blurring soft matte foundation. But this one is definitely looking a bit dry on my forehead. I'm gonna try and use the sponge and see if I can just kind of press it into my skin. That's usually what I'll do, is go over it and kind of just press the product into my face a little bit more. That's helping on my forehead. For some reason down here it seemed like it picked it up. So I feel like I'm losing some of the coverage now. This one I would say is medium coverage, but it's high medium coverage. Like not quite full coverage, but does have some nice coverage. I don't feel like I could build this up just because of how dry and kind of like thick it feels. I can feel this on my skin. It doesn't feel like a light foundation to me, and it's already looking pretty makeup-y, so I feel like if I built this up, it would just be way too much product. Like this isn't one of those foundations that feels like invisible on your skin. I can feel it, you know? Now my forehead's looking pretty dewy, so I don't know. I feel like this is one of those that I might love once the rest of my makeup's on, or I don't know. I can't tell how I feel about this one yet. It just looks like a little bit heavy in certain areas. I feel like some of the coverage is actually disappearing. Like now I can see my freckles and stuff coming through, which at the beginning I don't think I could. Sometimes that happens with certain foundations where I'll first apply it and it looks full coverage, and then as it's like sitting on your skin, it kind of loses some of the coverage somehow. But the shade I think now is good now that it's oxidized. Yeah, dude, it's still oxidizing. Now it's looking like a bit peachy. This is interesting. Okay, we'll see how this one goes, but right now it's 9:05. I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. It's now 9:36. Whoa. What I just delete? Check-in time is 9:10 since that's when I finished up with my face. Got something stuck in my eyeball for about 15 minutes. The other day I went to bed, woke up at 5 a.m. and there was some thing stuck in my eye and I couldn't get out until 8 a.m. So let's just hope that doesn't happen again today. So while I was trying to remove foreign object from my eyeball, I did look at my face in natural lighting really quick, and it looked so much better in natural lighting than what I can see in here. I will show you guys what that looks like in a second. I actually like it a bit better, I think, in combo that I did see it in natural lighting, but also now that the rest of my makeup's on. I do think I'm the shade 1. It does oxidize, so if you're any more fair than I am, that shade would probably be too dark for you, knowing that it does oxidize. It does feel like it kind of sets down. I think you could go without powdering. But makeup on the rest of my face, I used the Sparkling Pesh highlight from Lancome, Frisky Business blush from ColourPop, Milani Silky Matte Bronzer 01. And I tried this palette from Catrice, which was really pretty basic bae. Here's the shades. This shade was gorgeous. That's like the yellowish kind of gold I have on my eyes, and everything was like super buttery and smooth. I don't like the packaging. I think the packaging of this is like kind of cheesy, and it's also just very cheap cardboard, but the shades in here were really nice. And then for lips, I tried this NARS lip locker in the shade Playing Around. So let's head in front of the window. I'm gonna do a shot in natural lighting and we'll do a flash test. All right, so here we are in natural lighting in front of the window. I feel like it looks totally different in like every lighting that I step into. I'm kind of confused by this one. First of all, I just filmed the intro, like after I filmed the demo part of this video, and I was reading back the claims and it's just nothing, it's nothing like what it says. Like it's definitely not lightweight, I would say. My skin, it does feel a bit heavy. So it looks like I'm starting to get some faint lines on my upper lip, but not bad. It looks very matte down here, but then on my forehead, it looks very glowy. It almost looks like light coverage on my forehead. Why am I blue? So I feel like with this one, I have very mixed feelings. I don't like how heavy it feels going on and how it does look a bit makeup-y. So I feel like I do need to see how this one's gonna wear throughout the day because I don't really know how I feel about it right now, but let's do a flash test. Okay, so I think it looks good in flash. It looks like there's a bit of a bounce back just on the center of my forehead right here, but it doesn't look like there's a white cast or anything. It looks nice and soft. So I think I need to film a second video right now. I think I'm gonna do an empties video. I also have to wrap up a vlog today, so lots of filming in store for today, but I'll check back in with you guys, and if you are, it's back in natural lighting. Okay, so it is now been on for a little over 5 hours. It's 2:33. This one, you guys, is a yikes. So I've looked at my face a few times as the hours have gone on, and I'm not loving it. I also filmed like part of a vlog, and I was just watching back the footage, and it looks just not great. Like it just looks makeup-y. It's almost like breaking down in a lot of areas of my face, like my chin, my upper lip. You can just really see it sitting on my skin. It doesn't look very natural. And then around my nose, it just looks pretty bad for only 5 hours in. It's looking pretty heavy around there and cakey. It's pretty dry around my hairline, but then the rest of my forehead looks super dewy. Like I'm definitely looking almost like a little bit oily. Right now, I'm not liking this one. I just think there's not really one thing that stands out to me about it that I like. So see you guys at the end of the night. Okay, so the foundation has now been on for over 10 hours. It is 8:07. I got 2 videos filmed today and 2 edited, so I'm feeling good. Had a productive day, lasted all day, here we are. It looks fine on my forehead. On the other half of my face, just the same areas, like the center of my face just really does not look good. It looks okay over here, but just same thing. It's just gotten like a little bit worse. I wouldn't say it's gotten significantly worse than the 5-hour point, but I just do not like how it looks. So for being a more pricey foundation, I think it was 38 bucks. I just wouldn't recommend this one. It just doesn't wear well on my skin, at least. I just have so many other foundations that look much better on this part of my face. So I don't see myself reaching for this one or trying to like mix it to make it work, because there's just not one thing that I like about it. Whenever I do a foundation combo, it's 2 foundations that I like individually that will hopefully come together and just be like phenomenal. So I wouldn't recommend this one, but if you have a different skin type, it might wear totally different on you, but this is just my experience with it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Foundation Friday and found it helpful. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.